So one thing about me, right, is that I've attended a lot of workshops, and one thing about you is that you're about to find out about all of them in today's video. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's still your girl, just Kameraz at A. I don't know who you was expecting, but it's still me. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you're new here, please make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as to turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I upload. So before we get into today's video, right, I would just like to take this moment to thank Sony for sponsoring this video, you guys. Like, you Dingashona, guys, if that were to happen, like Dingashona, like I would die, but you know, a girl can dream, right? But anyway, in today's video, I'm kidding, by the way, to everybody taking this serious, the same sponsor, girl, we ain't sponsor, right? But yeah, in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys 5 workshops that you need to know as a creative, you need to know about as a creative. So the first one that you need to know about is by none other than Sony's. Like, I messed up my shirt with like makeup here, so if you see stains, sorry. Okay, don't look that far anyway. What are you doing there? Right, so the first workshop that I'm obviously gonna shout out, like I said, is Sony, right? So earlier on this year, I attended a workshop hosted by Sony. It was led by Life of Mike ZA, I think, or it's just Life of Mike on Instagram, right? So he's like a vlogger, he's like a content creator, like I can't just say YouTuber, right? And the whole workshop was based around content creation, around vlogging. You know, he just gave us tips based on, like, you know, how to vlog, transitions to use, music, like where to get your music, you know, your focal length, your frames per second. Like literally he broke it down to us about, like, you know, content creation, creating dope videos, because he freaking creates dope videos. Like, if you know him, you know he creates dope videos, right? So that was such an insightful workshop that I learned so much from, especially as a vlog. I mean, you know what I mean? And what I also love about Sony events is that they always have okay, let's try that again. So what I love about Sony events is that they always have activations, right? So after the workshop, they had like cameras lined up for us that we could test. And there was this one that I was just obsessed with. Like, it was a vlogging camera. I don't know the name of it. I was just so obsessed, like in terms of sizing, in terms of like focus. It was like freaking amazing. So that's what I truly love about like these workshops, is that you really get to learn a lot, by the way, and test out new gear. The A6400, this is dope content with people. Like, just look, can you see the quality? And kind of like experiment with it. Like, there were people that you could ask about, like, what does this do, like all these questions. So that was a freaking dope event, that workshop that I attended, which was free of charge. They are all free of charge, like every workshop that I'm gonna explain in this video. They are free, okay? So the second Sony event / workshop that I attended was actually last month, you guys. So this one was for female photographers only. Like, it was such a dope initiative. Of course, it was limited because COVID, right? So not a lot of people could come through, but you kind of like had to RSVP, and it was such amazing. It was such an amazing event, like, to be around female photographers, female creatives, females that are killing it. Like, you would meet somebody and be like, oh, you do photography? Can I like see some of your work? And you are freaking blown away by their work, you know what I mean? As well as the speakers were amazing. I got to meet like Fatima, who is like a Sony ambassador, and I had like a whole conversation with her, and I probably have her numbers too, who knows. Like, it was such a dope space to interact. And that is what I also love about these kind of workshops, you guys, is that you get to interact with people, you get to network with people, because you never know who's there, you know what I mean, unless you like actually talk to them and find out what they do, and you're like, oh, that's dope, and you guys can plan like a whole collaboration or not, you know what I mean. But thing is, you kind of like get to network and meet amazing people, like like-minded people, which is always freaking dope to meet like-minded people. Like, I appreciate that so much. So yeah, again, they also had an activation. They had cameras lined up. They had models this time that we could kind of like shoot and get to know and kind of like experiment. So these are some of the pictures that I took of the models, and it was such a great experience. I feel like every female that got to attend was honestly over the moon, and honestly learned so much from the whole event, which was freaking dope, you know what I mean. And how I found out about that on social media, like by just simply following Sony, you guys. Obviously they post on their social media pages when they have events. Just check them out, you know what I mean. Sony also hosts a lot of lives, so go to their website, find out what they're doing. Oh, they also gave us a goodie bag, like I'll show you towards the end of the video. Remind me. So the second workshop, or rather platform, that I'm gonna share with you guys is Kameraz, right? So Kameraz in Rosebank is like a camera store, and then next door is a whole like photos at a gallery, and they kind of like host these workshops, right? Like, so the first one I attended, the Sony one, was actually hosted there, and then the second one that I attended, called Kameraz, was actually a Sigma workshop, right? So, you know, Sigma lenses, they gave us like a whole cleaning lens thing, which was like, I'm gonna cherish for the rest of my life. So that was also a freaking dope workshop that I attended. It was hosted by Steve Castings, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, but that was freaking dope because I got to learn a lot about lighting. Like, lighting, I didn't know about. I didn't pay much attention to it because he like shoots a lot of studio work, you know what I mean? So I learned about gel lights, about body makeup, and all those things, and how they kind of like manipulate lighting and all of those things. So that one was a freaking dope one because we actually got to use the Sigma lenses and take pictures, like studio-like pictures. So they were freaking dope. Like, these are some of the pictures that I will cherish for the rest of my life, because they had this other lady dressed up as Maleficent, and you kind of like got the chance to be creative with it and put your own twist with it. So I kind of did that. Let me know if you like it or not. So yeah, just like Kameraz on Facebook, or follow them on Instagram, and just like their page, because they kind of like host numerous of these events. So it's not just Sony, it's not just Sigma, like whatever it is that they feel like hosting, I guess that they will host that. So yeah, number 2 is Kameraz Photos at AM Rosebank. Okay, let them know I sent you. Guys, these chickens, ladies and gentlemen, these chickens, I swear, every time I have to shoot, they like in my business. So the third one that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is by none other than Basha Uhuru. So I'm sure you guys have heard of the Basha Uhuru Freedom Festival. It usually happens around June in celebration of Youth Month, right? So they host like a ton of like exhibitions, movie screening, creative talks, pitching, kind of like workshops or competitions. Did I say poetry sessions? Yeah, poetry sessions, and it's just music as well. Like, usually they have it during the weekend, and on the Saturday it's like a whole festival. So that one is a freaking dope. It's very near and dear to my heart because I'm just always so grateful about what they're doing for creatives. Like, it's just so amazing, you guys. Like, I think the first one I attended was in 2018 or 2017, I'm not sure, and I kind of like got to meet Karabo Poppy, which I'm like freaking obsessed with. I also got to, you know, hear from Mabatu in terms of like her, you know, her directing and film journey and all of those things, and how her exhibition came to be. Like, guys, they're just always so inspirational. Like, they bring a lot of people to kind of talk to us, like a lot of creatives that speak our language, that understand us. Like, what more could you want? You know what I mean? And also going back to the whole networking thing, you always meet amazing people, like-minded people that are always willing to collaborate, that are always willing to, you know, hear your story, tell their story. Like, it's just a fun vibe, which I always love. I also went to one last year, actually. They had what's his face, Nelson Makamo, which I'm also obsessed with, Lady Scully. They had Malapo Malupe. I'm sorry his name. Let me just check it so that I don't get dragged. Yeah, Tebogo Malupe, who's a whole director. He was telling us his journey about directing, what's his face, Questa Spirit music video. So it's just always dope, like I say, to hear from these people. And again, I say these events are so great because they're always free, you guys, you know what I mean? They're open to literally everybody who wants to come. And I just feel like, you know, this is just platforms that we can like exhaust, like use to the utmost, to meet other creatives, to interact with, like, you know, Nelson Makamo and Tebogo Malupe, because when they're there, they kind of like, you know, open to talking and hearing what you have to say. So Basha Uhuru, you are near and dear to my heart. 10 and 5, you are near and dear to my heart. So the third workshop, kind of like platform, kind of like studio, it's really freaking amazing. It's called AMPD Studio. So it is based in Newtown, and how I found out about it last year was that they had a whole talk with La Sizwe, right? And then I'm like, oh, this is a place that you can go and learn, because they usually have those events happening. And then the first time I kind of went there was for a YouTube workshop, which was so freaking amazing, you guys. I felt so lucky to be in that place. And again, it was free, open to anybody who wanted to come, and it was so dope because they had Offenza Mwase there. If you know Offenza Mwase, Uncle Rouge, ma'am. They had Nelisiwe Mwase, they had Luis Ogola, they had all these other American kind of like execs that were telling us all about the copyright side of YouTube, the profile, like how to set up your whole YouTube account, music, all of those things. Like, it was such an informative workshop all around, you know what I mean? And it was so freaking dope. You got to meet amazing people. They gave us amazing food. What else was there? Yeah, and also about the whole space in general, that if you wanted to film your YouTube videos, you had to like just book, and then they would tell you, okay, come on this day, and you could like, you would have like a whole editor there, somebody to help you in studio to shoot your videos like in the most professional manner. And I just felt blessed. I was like, what do you guys mean? Why are you guys being so nice? But it's such a great platform. Like, I really learned so much from that workshop, and I was truly grateful to be there. And I'm, like I said, I'm always grateful for these people that kind of like give back to creatives, and because they know who, like, creatives, we really don't get much in this industry, in this country as a whole, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really loved AMPD Studios. They also do musical talks, you know, musical, well, exhibitions, not exhibitions, but like if you want to record, you can kind of book and go and record your song, a whole EP. There's somebody to help you for free, you know what I mean? So you can check out the YouTube channel. I don't know if they're open right now because COVID, of course. That's up to you to kind of like search out and find out how it works. But yeah, AMPD Studios, again, I said it's free, it's freaking dope. Highly, highly, highly recommend. So the fifth one, you guys, the last one, the video's over, yay, is called Orms Direct. So Orms Direct is the one that I recently discovered as well. I don't know if they host workshops, but I think they're solely based in Cape Town, so they kind of host workshops that side. I'm not sure. So Orms Direct is also a great platform. Like, I recently checked out their YouTube channel and their lives. They always provide us with so many amazing lives. Like, the first one I watched was Tato Rampedi, and he was kind of like sharing tips about his YouTube journey, tips on how to grow your channel and all of those things, and which was dope. I mean, for me, I love to watch and hear about such things, as well as a recent one where they had a live with Anthony Bila, the expressionist, if I'm not wrong, about his journey as a photographer. If you know the guy's work, you know the guy's freaking dope. So hearing from him and sharing tips and, like, you know, listening to people ask him questions and just having him answer, and that whole Q&A session was so helpful and so insightful. So yeah, Orms Direct is another one that I would highly recommend. Obviously, just follow them on their social media platforms and watch their lives and all those things. Like, I feel like they're very insightful and they might help us, you know what I mean? They will help us for sure if you're into photography and all those kind of things. But I feel like they are just platforms that are just great for us to grow more than anything, and to know about the industry without kind of like, before we even get into the industry, you know what I mean, we can have some foreknowledge about what goes in and how to better prepare ourselves, and so on and so on. And yes, you guys, that's basically my top 5 workshops, kind of like platforms, kind of like accounts to follow on social media that I feel like are very beneficial to us as creatives. Also, bonus tip, which I also mentioned in this video, is that always network, you guys. Like, the people that you follow on your social medias, don't be scared to send them a DM, don't be scared to comment on their posts, don't be scared to reach out when you go to these events. Like, I like to go to these events alone. Well, I don't like to, but people just always bail on me, so I always end up going alone. But what I love about going alone is that you actually get to meet other people. Like, when you go with your friends, sometimes it's hard because you guys kind of group yourselves, and it's, you know, it makes it harder for other people to approach you. But when you're alone, you know, it's easier for people to approach you, it's easier for you to approach other people, and I feel like it just works best, you know what I mean? So networking. Okay, let me show you the Sony goodie bag right now. So Sony Haul, so we got this bag, which, hello, hi, you can always reuse, recycle, or whatever. And then we also got this notebook, which I'm freaking obsessed with. Like, I love this notebook because, first of all, it's big, second of all, it has lines, and it's big, you know what I mean? Like, I go through notebooks like crazy because I'm always like planning stuff and writing stuff, you know what I mean? And then we also got this cap, which like was very funny because I'm just like, guys, those still wear these straight caps, so I might just give this away. My mom likes it, so I might just give it to my mom, actually. But yeah, call me proverb or whatever. And then also the shirt was also part of it, Be Alpha, which I'm like obsessed with because I love like the whole slogan about it. So yeah, that's what we got. Like, the last time I got a goodie bag at an event was an event that I paid for, so I was very grateful to get something from a free event, you know what I mean? So shout out to you, Sony. You stay doing the right thing. And yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I really hope that these workshops / platforms will be beneficial for you guys. If you guys also know of any, please let me know in the comments down below. And also, public service announcement, ladies and gentlemen, right? So my name is just Kameraz with A, and I will be taking part in Vlogmas this year, right? So if you don't know what Vlogmas is, it's basically vlogging every day until Christmas, right? But disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be doing that because I'm working up until the 15th of December. So, but I do have off days in between, in which I will try my best to give you guys the content, but I will not be vlogging consistently all the way to Christmas. So disclaimer on that part. But all I'm saying is that you guys will be getting vlogs more frequently as opposed to, like, I don't know, once in a while, you know what I mean? So make sure again that your notification bells are on, because we're about to be busy in the street. So the first video will go up on the 2nd of December, because I'll be vlogging on the 1st of December. You'll see how it works. So yeah, make sure that you are subscribed, notification bells are on, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye. Bye.